estate investing guys. So if you're interested in real estate, you're in the right spot. I like talking about this because it's changed my situation and I like helping others change theirs. Okay. So I do real estate investing. I'm here down south and I've been teaching real estate for quite some time now. I was just at a point in my life, just like most of us, I wanted something different. I needed something better. I needed something more effective because I started to realize this corporate America thing or this job just wasn't cutting it for me. So I needed another way out, and we all get to that point in our lives. It's like, is this really worth it? Because I went to school for this job because I started working in the plants and I started doing all these things, right? Like most of us do. But I was really at a point where I started thinking, man, this can't be life to work for somebody else. It can't be. So I started getting into real estate. I started to learn about it. I enjoyed it and I ended up collecting a lot of properties. I built me up a portfolio, started buying more properties, and eventually it got me to a point where I was able to leave my plant job. The plant job was just a soul sucking job, and it was really wearing me out mentally and just physically because I had to travel too. So all I'm saying, guys, is I know people are at a place right now where they don't want to be at, right? At a job that they don't like. It's not providing you anything, and it's causing you more damage than anything. This was me. I'm speaking in terms of me. And I knew that there was something better out there, but I wanted bigger because I wanted to provide for my family, right? I didn't want to just get by and I just didn't want to be in survival mode. So I started learning the game of real estate. And I knew it worked because I was watching other people do it, right? Excuse me. So I've tried a lot of different other things. I tried the fix and flip. I tried the wholesaling. But what really did it for me was when I could buy these properties and hold on to them. That is where the real wealth is. And you can even Google this and look this up. Most millionaires come through owning real estate. Okay. So I'm only telling you to save time because a lot of you are going to do what I did and just do a lot of trial and error. But the point I'm making is this, guys. You can get yourself out of your situation, but it starts with you, right? I had to do a lot of soul searching and research, and I finally took action, but I did it. Okay. Once I did it, things started to get better for me. But it wasn't until I actually took action. So I started getting into real estate, buying these properties, renting them out, and then I rented it out to Section 8. And that was the game changer right there. Because when I got my first property and I started making income, that's when I started to say, this is real. How you doing? That's when I started to realize this stuff is real. And once I figured that out, it was a game changer. And I haven't stopped from there. So all I do, guys, is I come out here, teach you the game of real estate. Um, and hopefully people want to learn more. If not, it's okay. It's just I just come out here and share my journey and how you can make a change in your life too. A lot of people, this wasn't just me, but a lot of people even currently today are unhappy at their jobs. They want something different. They know that there's something better out there. And I'm telling you there is. Now, even if you don't want to do real estate, I just tell people, man, do something. Have something as a backup plan because you don't want to get yourself in a position like most people and get laid off or get fired or get demoted, right? Because all these things are happening, especially in this market today. Okay. So Oracle just laid off 30,000 people. Amazon is restructuring because they got AIs, right? Things are changing, guys, and people are so wondering why they can't get out of their situation and why they're so broke and why they're so, living check to check. It's because you're not changing with the times, right? You're not changing with the times. So what's taking place is you're falling behind. That's exactly what happens. And I just tell people at a minimum, do something as a backup plan, right? That's at least a minimum. So for me, it wasn't even about trying to get a Ferrari or a bigger house or, materialistic stuff. It was simply I wanted my time back, guys, because your time is your most valuable asset. You can't you can always get more money back, but you can't get more time. I remember missing my kids' birthdays, holidays, like today, thankfully, for all those out there, happy Father's Day. But I remember missing some Father days, right? I remember missing some birthdays, and I couldn't spend those times with them. I take things a little bit more serious. So I tend to take action on things. And this is how you have to approach it if you want to be able to get out of your situation. Okay. So again, I just teach real estate investing. I invest in single family houses. I like doing this because this is what the average person wants, and this is what the average person can really afford when they're renting it out. I'm speaking of, because all I do is rent my properties out. This is where the wealth is being built. Okay. One home at a time. Can you be able to do this? Yes. Do you need a license? Do you need a certificate? No, you don't. People think that, and I did too when I first started out, but you don't need that. You just need a will to say, you know what, I want to make a difference in my life. That's really the key. You need to say, you know what, I'm ready to do this and I'm gonna make some changes. And this is what I did. But I was tired of being broke. I was tired of living check to check. I was just miserable. And I knew that there was something better out there. And the funny thing is, I was making great money working at the plants. I was making really good money. The problem was I didn't have a lot of time. And that was a big sacrifice I didn't want to do. Especially if I was single, that would have been different. But I'm married with 2 kids, and a lot has changed. So I'm just glad that that happened to me. I'm glad that they laid me off back then because I did. I've been laid off before, and that's not the greatest feeling. Okay, how you doing? It's not the greatest feeling when you get up, when that happens. But guys, this is what they don't teach us in school. The key is getting wealth, right? The key is buying assets. Excuse me. That is the key. A lot of y'all are living check to check, broke to broke. I'm doing good, broke to broke. And the thing is, I'm telling you, once you start getting assets in your life, that's going to be the game changer for you because your assets are going to throw off cash flow, right? Your assets throw off cash flow, and this is what you need in order to become successful, or at least get ahead of the game. And tonight what I'll do is, if you want me to, you just put in the chats. I could show you how to. I'm just going to show you the first step, right? How to find deals. Okay, most people don't know how to find deals, and this is the very first step. And I have it in a way. Happy Father's Day to you too. I have it in a way to where it can be automated. Okay, but this is the first step, is finding deals. A lot of people don't understand how to even do this. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. Okay, I use a software program. This is one way out of many. I use realtors. That's another way to find deals. You got to be able to develop and have relationships with realtors, because these realtors are going to be able to go out there and find deals for you while you're at work, or while you're on vacation, or while you're at your other deal, something like that. So let me share with you what I'm talking about. Okay. This is just one method. All right. How I find deals. There's so many different methods out here, but I'm just going to show you one. Okay. Again, um, uh, once I get on here, I'm gonna pick a city and state. All right. I'm gonna pick San Antonio. And I use this software program, guys. And guys, all you gotta do is, if you want more of my services, I do one-on-one. I have an ebook, and I have a course. If you'd like that, all you gotta do, go into the description section, and I have a link that you can click the link, and you can see all my services right there. Okay. So more than welcome to go there if you want to, but it's in my stand store. But I'm going to show you how to find deals. Here's what well, I don't know if I can do it, but yeah, right here. So see, I have an ebook here, my one-on-one, my course, and my free guide right here, section 8. But check this out. You can come right over here. I'm doing San Antonio. You see this right here. 18,000 MLS deals. Okay, 921 free foreclosures. Let me wipe my screen off. Hold on. All right, that's a little bit better. 620 auction deals. So you see the point here. There's opportunities out here, guys. You just have to know how to go about looking for them. Over 100,000 high equity deals. I'm just telling you, this is a software program that me and my students use. I teach you. Yes, this is doable. You just need the access and information. This is what people lack. All right, so I like to use this software program. And yes, it is a fee, but what happens is, when you're running a business and you're operating a business, guys, this is the stuff you can write off. You can't write off anything when you're working at a job. And by the way, if you're not aware of it, a job, you're going to be paying the highest in income tax. But when you do real estate and you set this up right, you can do write-offs. That's another reason why people do real estate, is because you can write these things off. All right. So I'm just giving you a little bit of information, but yeah, guys, I do real estate. I love teaching this. And you could be able to do the same thing, right? It's not unreachable for those, right? You just don't have the information. You lack the content. You lack being in the right rooms because it's stuff like this that makes the difference. You got to get in the right rooms, get with the right people. All right. So this is the stuff that I've learned over the years of doing real estate, and these are just some basics, right? These are just some basic things, right? Get in the right rooms, get in the right headspace. What's also good is reading books. I love to read books because there's information in there, right? These are the things you want to do to get better. This is me. I'm just sharing you with what I do, and it just so happens to work. Hold on. So, yeah, I do real estate investing, guys. I'm here down south, and I'd love teaching people about real estate, the buy and hold strategy. I don't do this fix and flip. I don't do this wholesaling. That's not what I do. Strictly holding on to these properties and renting them out. And like I said, you can even Google it. Most people come through owning real estate. It's not fix and flip. It's not wholesaling. It's strictly holding on to the properties and renting these things out. That is going to be your most effective way. All right. So there you go. I decided to come on here for a little bit. I might be on later, but guys, if you're interested in more of my services, I have an ebook, like I said. I also have a course. It's called Property to Wealth because that's my brand. And then I do one-on-one consultation. All you got to do is go into the description box of this video and you'll see the link, my stand store and my services. And all you got to do is click whichever one that you're interested in. Until then, guys, I will see y'all in the next video.